you'll find of the Boko Haram crisis, there was a lot of movement help to the local people. There are places that you and I would not believe are part of this nation. They have no signals. In fact, I jokingly told our team when we were there that if anything happens to us here, nobody will find us. Because there are no network signals, nothing. So our role is to help them have hope again, to believe that their communities can be better. And as a part of that process, we go in, we encourage them to put whatever they can put together. We support them sometimes in raising a building, sometimes in roofing a building, sometimes in furnishing, providing furniture, but deliberately ensuring that there are pastors who are locals. They are not running to Lagos. My name is Samson Adedokun. You can tell that I'm not from the northeast. I probably would run if there's a Boko Haram attack over there. If I didn't want to run, my family people will hold a meeting and call me back home because they don't want me to die out there. But if I'm a local, it's my land, it's my people, I should be able to fight for them. So we've gone in there, we provide support for the local pastors. And today we support over 23 local pastors in that area. Every month we provide for them, give them support, and the church is there. So that's why we are there to continue to do the work. There are a lot of churches in Lagos, don't you agree?
Thank you very much. Any afterthought questions for the pastor? Any afterthought? Before we go into the interactive session fully, other members of the church, the committee, is there, there's a committee for this week, is there anything anyone wants to say? Some of us sitting behind you, please come occupy these seats in front. We will do for your camera.
The chairperson of our dedication committee that is responsible for also saying, look, the media deserves the opportunity to be supported, not just the local churches. The media should be supported with stuff like this. The chairperson of that committee, this is Mrs. Tantalizers. And this is where I play into the very popular sentiments. All the women, this is your thing. So feminist, this is a woman CEO. I'm happy to introduce her to you. So the church supports women, so to speak. Perhaps she will have a word to speak, but I crave your indulgence. Like I said, I will dash in and out, but I'll be coming back. Ms. Aini, do you want to say a word, please? They are praying for this, so let the pastor not take the shine.
Thank you, Pastor. I didn't mean to say anything, but when your pastor asks a question like, do you want to speak? He's not actually asking, he's calling you to speak. So I've been directed actually to say a few words. Let me just say thank you very much for being a part of this. It's the first as a church, but the program, the entire program, this is part of, is something that's exciting to each and every one of us. It's a project that has been in the making for a while. And what we say amongst ourselves as members of the church is when you look at our number relative to what God has strengthened our hands to achieve, it's marvelous and it's like a miracle. We're all excited that eventually we are getting to the stage where the building is completed virtually. Some people have asked, why are you dedicating the building that is not completed? The truth of the matter is that the building is completed. It depends on the eye that you are using to look at it. If you use your physical eyes, you see the areas that are not completed. Or if you use your eyes filled with faith, you will see a building that's already completed, standing and ready to bring people, more and more people into the fold. So thank you very much for being a part of this, and we will support the media as much as we can, because we know that the role of the media is critical in the total rebirth of the nation Nigeria. A lot of us, if not all of us, are not happy with where the country is at the moment. But the solution is not in all of us fleeing the nation. Whatever you are not happy to, whatever you are not happy about, our role as individuals is to work at those things and ensure there is a change. And God helping us. The rebirth of Nigeria itself has begun. And we pray that each and every one of us will join hands to rebuild this nation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Okay, so, Bagwam, it's time for us to get into the interactive session. Okay, like I said, our speakers will have 10 minutes each to speak to us. After they've gone through, then we'll come in. We can't take introductions anymore because of time. We would have loved to know everybody, but maybe we'll do that after the event. That guy just running out, my good friend, that's Reverend Chooks, that introduced himself, that started the show. He's supposed to be doing all this first part. My own was the second part. Let me just say something. That's the first, that person you saw there, designed and put on air, the first, most of us were on satellite platforms now, our TV stations are on satellite platforms. We know what they call KU band. The first station in Africa that went on KU band, he did it in his room while at the seminary, Baptist Seminary in Ogomosho. That person. And I didn't know, you seem quiet, he doesn't say anything until the day we came for Commonwealth International Communication Summit in Lagos at Eco Hotel in 2016 or whatever. And he stood up and spoke like this, and I said, Reverend, Alpha. So you know all this. I really want us to come to the church on Sunday, even though things are not fully set, to see some things. In the broadcast world, the broadcast industry has gone beyond what we are doing as traditional media today. We've heard of augmented reality, virtual reality. This church streams on HD and even 4K using that tiny thing this guy is doing there, all with technology. I'm telling you that. They use ND cameras that you don't need to stand behind there, that just you control from anywhere. You can control it even from your house when you are not in the church during service. I'm telling you. So that is why you see the church doing this. Because with some of all these skills we have, sharing with the media can become better. Clap for him. So I set up radio and TV stations today. That's what I do. And everything that I tell to any station owner, see the person I learned it from. With regards technology, NDBC, Pastor Chooks. You know the Greek talk is very quiet. He doesn't introduce himself. I mean the seller.
My name is Chooks Livan. For coming to this event, if you need supply capacity, I can give you up to 1 month or more for free of charge on KU band and maybe any other. I guess that's enough introduction of myself. All right, thank you.
Yeah, that. So tell your bosses, okay? Through him, we've been able to help a lot of stations with a lot of things quietly, without anybody knowing. It's part of the ministry, okay? Without even charging a kobo for many. Some don't take some of all these things serious when you do certain things for free, but we want people to know that it is possible. When you see what we did during the Japan 2019 to get into this space, to start doing what I'm doing. I never knew it was in this church. I came here to worship on my own because my friend is putting us together. And that's why I believe that it transformed me. So without further ado, now we'll call on our speakers one after the other. They will introduce themselves well and tell us exactly what they do. Sell yourself and sell your product. Because we are doing networking here also. So you are not going to live here without gaining something and connected to someone that will support your station going forward. We're going to start from the space where we all are. Everybody is a media person. And that's one of the issues traditional media organizations say they are battling with. The NDBC is the regulator, will tell us about it. We talk about fake news, hate speech, and all that. So she'll be talking about the role of the media in rebirth from the angle of the online space, the social media space where we are. So let's put our hands together.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone, and you're welcome again. My name is Elizabeth Ajala. I'm an HR and learning and development specialist by profession, but I'm also a digital marketing enthusiast. I do digital marketing trainings. I've trained for Facebook, I've trained for Google, and I'm very excited about how much we can achieve with social media. Thank you. Introduction. Okay, I can go ahead at once. Oh, okay, thank you very much. So when we talk about social media, I would just like to ask us a question. I'd like you to reflect on it for a few seconds. How much has social media impacted your life in terms of relationships? How many primary school and secondary school classmates would you have lost touch with if not for social media? How many people would have been able to hear your voice? How many decisions have you made because of social media? Maybe something you heard. It could be buying decisions, it could be a change of mindset, it could be new knowledge. So how has social media impacted your life? And I'm sure we will all agree to a large call for you to, I don't know how we survived over 2 decades, 3 decades ago without social media, because you want to go somewhere and you're checking your Google Map. You want to buy something, you're comparing prices online. You want to learn something, you're going on YouTube. So information, we live our lives on online, whether or not you're on social media. And talking about social media as a tool for rebirth, first of all, understanding rebirth, that theme has to do with rising from a situation, maybe a situation of crisis for a period. So when we talk about rebirth, we're talking about opportunities to do something new, opportunities to correct mistakes that have been made in the past, opportunities to speak out against things that we are not satisfied with. And rebirth gives us opportunities also to create new beginnings. And social media is a great tool in achieving that. I'll tell you that. I'll show you how. If you look at statistics, so you can check out there is a site, Data Reportal. Statistics there show that 4.76 billion active users are on social media. And what's the world population? Some sources say 7 point something, 8 point something billion. But this just tells you that over 50% or about 50% of the world are actively using social media. So whether it's Instagram or Facebook or TikTok, I think Instagram, Facebook has over 2 billion users now. TikTok has about 1 billion. It's catching up very fast. So whether it's one of these platforms or the others, 50% of the world actually have been equipped via social media to have their voices heard. So they have the potential to speak up. They have the potential to convince other people. They have the potential to connect. So in talking about social media, we're looking at a situation where by just connecting with one another, we're making the change. We're advocating for the social change that we want to see. By building communities, we're advocating for the things that we believe that this rebirth is giving us an opportunity to accomplish. And you know, if I refer to the story of the Tower of Babel, you will see how much unity, how much we can achieve when we are united. Social media has given you a virtual megaphone. What are you going to do with it? Are you going to use it to speak up? Are you going to use it to support other people, support causes? Are you going to use it to build communities that cut across different age gaps, different religions, different tribes, and different social and economic classes? What are you using your social media? The two main things that you can do with social media as a tool for rebirth are content, and your community. So I've spoken about your community. What content are you sharing? What content are you consuming? Are they uplifting people? Are they tearing people down? Are you using social media as a tool to advocate for the change you want to see? In the past few years, we've had some trending hashtags that have actually proven to us that social media is a great tool. So you see grassroots movements with maybe just a handful of volunteers, no financial, no marketing budget, and they have been able to express themselves. Even up to national revolutions all around the world, social media has played a critical part in ensuring that people get what they want. We had, I think the farthest I can remember is the Occupy Nigeria. I don't know how many of you remember that during the fuel subsidy time, President Goodluck Jonathan's time. That was a huge trend. So the average boy, girl, student, business person, parent, child had the opportunity to express themselves. Remember the hashtag Bring Back Our Girls campaign. Remember even the lazy Nigerian youth, where people started standing up for themselves. The very recent NSAS campaign. So if before now you haven't used social media as a tool, I think it's time for you to embrace it. But the 3 questions I have for you just as I wrap up is how are you going to use it, of the information you're going to pass across? Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Abayo Mio General. I'm manager programs, Metro 97.7 FM, Super Green, and I do a lot of programs too. Yeah, here in Lagos, Money Belt, and then I do musical programs as well. So we're discussing the role of the media in national development. She talked about having the opportunity to do new things. So, okay, radio, for social media, it's more of issues that were not even there. And then you start to generate uproars from nothing. So I think that is what social media has